You are live. You gotta catch up.
Hey everyone. Welcome to a snowy coffee and a chat and live stream.
Welcome to Friday. Oh, you're online.
I am online.
It's live stream Friday.
How are we all doing? How are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How are you doing?
Walking in that wasn't fun. We got
No, right now.
a lot of snow, a little bit
Try
of
to show
snow.
you. Here, let me see if I can show you what it looks like. It. Forgive me. Extreme close up. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
What she's doing is on what Four Towers Films is doing on her first stream is showing the snow squalls outside of our coffee shop door. Now,
Forgive the hand. There we go.
so we have the
There's
coffee.
a snow squall going on right now inside. So
Yeah.
It's pretty snowy, and it just came up like within the last minute or two.
Yeah.
It's pretty windy. They've been pretty windy.
Well, Canada, it's that time of year.
So they say.
Roll
Oh,
up
yeah.
the rim. Roll it, roll it, roll it.
When you
Roll up the rim cup.
roll up the rim cups.
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
Yeah.
Wow, there was a delay from your
See? Look, there's confetti
fast dab.
on there. That's the new cup. Yeah, it's the new cup.
Isn't that festive, guys? I want what they actually say in the commercial. Every time you roll up a winner, it should shoot confetti.
Yeah, it would be nice. It said it's just on the cup now, but false advertising.
False-
Supposed to shoot when you roll it up. There's supposed to be like a confetti or something, but there's not. It's just white or blue, like a pale color.
It's like a cross hatching of blue on
If
a
you
white.
haven't gotten it yet. For those in Canada, I'm not sure if they do it in States too. I do know there are Tim Hortons in States,
Yeah, there's a few.
and
Not many.
but I don't know if they extend roll up the rim down there or not.
That's a good
You'll have to
question.
let us know in the comment box.
Yep. Down here somewhere.
Yeah, you know where it is.
So what else has been going on this week?
Oh, just doing work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, same here. Dealing with the weather's been crazy here. Like, you know.
Yeah, we had a big snowstorm. Not as bad as some places had it. Like some places had a lot more snow than we did.
Oh,
we
that's
had
true.
Maybe 20 or 30 centimeters here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty much gone now.
Man.
Like that from that system. And then it warmed right up.
And then we had
And then it melted.
then we had like a ice storm Wednesday.
Here we didn't have an ice storm. We had freezing rain for quite a few hours. So now it's all an ice rink outside. And not quite to an ice storm standards, but
No, but-
like again, places had it worse than us. And then, but it's still pretty icy out there.
Yeah.
And now we're having snow squalls. It's been a really wild week for weather.
The joys of living in Canada.
Well, considering like what, maybe 2 days ago, it was almost
Mild.
spring-like, and now it's back to winter, and it's cold,
Okay.
and it's gonna get colder. Not as bad. I mean, frick, Calgary's like minus 25. We're not getting that bad, but we were that bad not that long ago.
Okay, I gotta ask you. Because I need to hear what your comment is about this whole Trump speech and, you
Oh,
know,
State of the Union. Disclaimer: we're not American, so.
proud Canadian, but we found it kind of funny, like his grammatical faux pas and
I didn't see all the speech. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. Oh, you mean the what part was it?
about the basically it was like the abolishment of human rights.
Yeah, but he didn't say abolishment. He said like Appalachian or something.
Something along that line.
Like Appalachian or something along those lines. Like, what?
Huh? You know, when the broadcaster or the TV host that's showing this kind of stops, takes a look at the camera like,
We watched Stephen Colbert, and it was on there. Like, we didn't watch the State of the Union. It does air here, by the way. We didn't get it, but we
You
didn't
do, eh?
watch it. But so we watched Stephen Colbert, and he had it. So, and it's like, it was just funny how they'll show you bits and pieces. Like, fan if you watch it, they'll show bits and pieces of it, and so that's what we got of it. But
just like Colbert's look was don't worry, my American friends, we have the same look when we hear some of the stuff coming out of your president's mouth.
yeah, yeah.
You
Try
know,
not to get too political, but yeah. We kind of feel that way sometimes hearing about our premier, too.
you know,
He's
it's
also conservative or Republican in the States. Here it's called conservative.
so see,
Same kind of ideology.
we have the human equivalent of a headache as a premier.
Now, granted, I know there's a lot of... We actually didn't mind his brother. He used to be mayor of Toronto.
But he had his own.
Yeah, of course, he had issues.
He had issues.
Everybody does. But yeah, he had issues. But I don't know. There's something about... I don't know.
He's sketchy.
I don't know. There's something about him. I think a lot of people don't, mesh well with him or don't seem to really connect with him, maybe.
Well, he's I always think.
I don't know if he's... I don't know. His brother had more, I don't know, charisma or something to him.
Well, because he was more for the people.
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, I didn't see him doing, like, of course, I don't think he did too bad for Toronto. Now, some people are obviously going to disagree with that, but as you know, with politics, there's such a divide there. Now, this time we're neither conservative nor liberal, so...
And that's about as political as we're going to get on that.
But, you could kind of see both sides of different issues.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice, but I mean, there's a lot I don't agree with what Ford's doing, and there was a lot I didn't agree with what the Liberals did either. So I mean, it's kind of hard when you can't take the best parts of both parties. And granted, here there's three parties, not like in the States where there's like I mean, you can be an independent, but you can be here too, but. There's three main parties, and then there's multiple other parties after that, like the Green Party,
Well, technically,
People's Alliance, I think, stuff like that. But
are they even considered a party? They don't. The Green Party anymore.
they don't have official party status because they only have like one seat. And our parliament's different than your parliament. Like, in order to be considered an official party here, you have to have a specific number of seats. I think it's 8. And the Green Party, which are like environmentalists and stuff, only have one seat, so they're not really even an official party. I think it's like the only seat they've ever had, actually. But I think it's they're not really considered an official party here.
So it's hard for them to get anything across.
Anything done or anything across because really it's only one councillor or MP that's even there.
I think it's the party leader.
And that's provincial level. I'm not sure if there is any at the federal level. There might be.
Well,
but it's hard for them to get anything done. And actually, I don't even think Liberals right now even have official party status because I think they got like 7 seats because they were wiped out in the last election.
Oh, that's why we have...
Not federally, because any of you Americans who part of Trudeau, our prime minister, that's Liberal. They're still in power, but provincially, we're in the province of Ontario.
They got gutted.
They voted Conservative or equivalent to Republican.
But
and they just got, like, the Liberal Party was just gutted.
It was like, it would be like an episode of Criminal Minds if you thought about it.
And I think part of the problem, though, with that is because nobody liked the leader. she's not well liked. You
Yeah.
know, so I think that was a major problem. I mean, Trudeau's better liked across the country and across the world, and right now he's in the middle of a bit of a scandal too, check. But yeah, there's a bit of a scandal going on there with Trudeau. But
Our pop star president.
our pop star prime minister, yeah,
Oh,
is a bit of a scandal going on there.
scandalous. Oh, you are your dad's
Check
son.
it out. Yeah, exactly. I'll look him up too. Yes,
Pierre-
definitely.
Pierre-
He's a prime minister here too.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau. Now there was a man that had the brass ones to cuss.
He actually flipped off reporters. He's going back to the 70s back then, like early 70s, late 70s,
Yeah.
early 80s, roughly.
Like this man, he had a serious set on him
Oh, yeah.
to say and do what he did. You
Yeah.
know.
But it's funny, so a lot of people liked him.
Yeah.
And I think more people liked him than like his son. But there are a lot of people here who do, and around the world who do still like Trudeau. It's just there's like we said, there's some stuff we don't agree with the Liberal Party.
Jeez, when our
I'd
prime
still rather have him though than whoever I forget. Andrew Scheer, I believe, is taking over the federal
yeah.
Conservative Party. Yeah, not feeling him. You know.
But listen, when a world leader goes to, like, say the Philippines, and all the young girls are like, oh my god,
Like act like he's Justin Bieber or something.
you know, and they're snapping pictures of like the prime minister. It's weird, bordering on creepy.
Yeah, he's good looking. He's young. I guess that's about it. I'm not, he's grown up in a political family. He has a family, you know.
He's got a bit of a mouth on him too, like his dad.
A little bit. He's better controlling it than his dad is. His dad, not so much. His dad was just blah, the thing, you know.
I got more respect for someone that's not afraid to say, you know what?
Not as bad as
Yeah.
Trump, but he can say some stuff. He's a little bit more. He'll talk around things a little more. He's not as blunt.
Oh, I didn't say this. I said
Yeah.
this.
Well, okay. One thing that some people are kind of a bit up in arms about lately is something he said recently. Is that low income don't pay taxes? That's actually not true.
They don't pay much.
And of course, I think it was Andrew Scheer, like, well, I would tell you're insulting Canadians. Yeah, of course, that is an insult to say low income don't pay taxes, because of course they do pay taxes. The difference, because he's saying, and in a sense he is right. If you actually look at the economics of it, and also depending on the kind of family you are. Because Financial Post, I think, did a whole
Yeah.
thing on this. So saying he's technically right, it's technically accurate in what he's saying, but they
Okay.
do actually pay taxes out of their income. So it came across that they don't pay anything at all out of their income. But because he's saying that tax breaks for lower income don't work. Like they don't benefit from a tax break because they don't pay taxes. And so, of course, Scheer got all up in arms. Oh, yeah, it's an insult. It's an insult. Now, of course they do. Everybody pays taxes. However,
It all depends to what degree.
it depends on what degree, and also depends on if you get any benefits. So, low income, if you're making minimum wage here, it might be the same in the States or where you are in the world. It's not much. Like here in Ontario, minimum wage is now $14. That might seem like a lot. Maybe it is where you are, but here rents are really high, house prices are really high, food's really high, everything is really high. We pay
Yeah.
by the liter, not by the gallon gas, and it's about $1 a liter, not a gallon. So we pay a lot more in things, and a lot of that's taxed. So like sales taxes and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of tax comes out of gas. Most of it is tax that
Well-
you're paying. So,
I remember.
Minimum wage earners, they don't pay a lot of income tax off their check at all.
30
Most per check off of minimum wage. I'm not talking like the higher medium class or whatever, but the more money you make, the more tax comes off your check. His is up more than like somebody makes minimum wage is. So if you get a tax cut, so if they reduce that, well, you're only getting $20 or $30 more on your check, like if they paid nothing. So really, it's not going to go very far here. Not even at the grocery store, it's not. So, I mean, that says no, it doesn't benefit. It benefits about that much. Higher wages are what benefits the lower income here. Because prices are too high, taxes are too high, all that stuff. So when he's talking about lower income don't pay taxes, he's talking about people who get benefits. So if you have families here, you get a tax benefit. If you have more than one, you get one per child. So that could be $500 to $700 per kid you get paid. So if you add all those benefits up, it can actually supersede what they're taking from you in taxes. So technically, in effect, you're not paying taxes.
Yeah.
That's what he means.
Yeah.
Just to clarify that a little bit.
Now you're in the know.
Now you're in the know. For those who are Canadians and wonder what he might have mean by that.
So, okay.
But there's a bit of a brouhaha about that right now.
Like open mouth, insert foot, swallow.
I guess he just didn't explain it very well.
Well, that's
Because in a sense it's not true, but it is also kind of accurate, you know?
I think that's the problem with a lot of politicians.
They double talk.
They've learned political speak, you know, when I think more people would be more receptive if you spoke plainly and said,
Right. And actually said what you mean.
Said what you mean and meant what you said.
What meant what you said, yeah.
You know, because
a lot don't, or they'll tell you something
and then
at
speak.
election time, and then
Nothing
sorry,
happens.
we can't do it now. Different promises or whatnot. All parties do it. And if you think your party doesn't, then
You ain't paying attention.
Pay attention. They do.
Okay, let me ask you this. Now, we didn't watch the Super Bowl.
Watch what?
We didn't watch the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, last Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't watch. We're not into that. But congrats, the Patriots. Figured you'd win, but congrats.
But okay, what's your 2 cents
Oh, the
on
halftime.
on the like explosion of criticism?
Of Maroon 5's.
Yeah.
Didn't see that either.
No, but like we were looking at like the comments about it, and
Oh,
it's
a lot
like
of people didn't like it.
everybody dragged the show through the mud and the
Said it
muck.
was meh.
You know, like when a cartoon character seems to be the kind of the highlight of the, you know, it's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad when a cartoon sponge is your highlight of your halftime show.
What do you
pretty
remember
bad.
from the Super Bowl? SpongeBob. SpongeBob. You have a band like Maroon 5.
Who used to be, I don't know how relevant they are now though. I mean, they do have some good hits, they do have some good songs and all that, but really, when was the last time they had a hit? About 5 years ago?
Okay,
You know, what was their last hit?
challenge to both streams. Can you tell us the last time
Maroon 5.
5 released
Song. A song, or released new music, or had a
Released.
hit. I can't even think of the last song. Moves Like Jagger, I think, was the last big song that I remember. And how many years ago was that? Roughly 4 or 5 years, I guess.
So,
2012, maybe.
maybe.
Maybe a bit later than that. But
So there's your trivia challenge, you know.
yes, put it in the comments.
Uh,
Me too.
but I
Yeah, well, a lot of people thought the Super Bowl was kind of mean because it was a very low-scoring game.
yeah, that's what I
Very
heard. That's what I
low-scoring
heard.
game. Like, I don't even know we don't follow it, but like the last time there was such a low score. It was pretty low,
Yeah.
you know. That's why a lot of people were kind of like, man,
Yeah, I'm gonna watch something else.
kind of
Click.
boring. Yeah. And then
Um,
of course halftime show didn't keep them either. And I haven't even heard much about the commercials, which is usually a big deal. We don't get them really here, the ones you guys get to in
Yeah.
the States. But
and that's something as a Canadian I would love to see, like
the commercials.
the commercials.
Well,
Yeah.
you can a lot of times on YouTube. They'll have them.
Okay,
We don't get to see them live here.
so it's like we just both found it kind of funny the amount of like armchair quarterback comments about, well, it sucked. He couldn't do this. He couldn't do that. And everyone,
Yeah,
Well-
they said it was kind of lackluster.
you know,
But he was going to the songs kind of lackluster.
like he was calling it in.
Yeah.
And you know, it
Well, considering he was not first choice, he was about fifth or sixth. They were fifth or sixth choice. Everybody else they asked turned them down.
well,
How's that gonna make you feel?
you know, and trying to be, you know, provocative by, you know, taking off your shirt and flexing.
Took
up.
all his shirts off. He had like 3 different shirts, and then flexing his muscles. I guess he was just trying to get some kind of
reaction
reaction engagement or.
from the coma patients in the stands.
What I saw of it, there were people who were
Kind of interacting.
interacting or whatever, but from what I hear, most people didn't really think much of the show.
So
So,
February 14th, spring training starts.
and it's also Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day in advance. Because by the time the next live chat Friday, it'll be done. Because Valentine's Day falls on Thursday. Spring training starts. Pitchers and catchers report.
Yeah.
So what do you think of our Blue Jays this year? It's pretty good.
I
Team's not even the same as it was. There's like, what, two, maybe 3 people left
maybe
from like,
the original squad.
from not even the original squad, but from like 2015.
15, 16, yeah.
And you only have like Smoke, Pilar. Okay, you got Stroman and Sanchez. So the only ones left.
You know, I'm going to remain hopefully optimistic. They've got a few good pieces in the mix,
Oh, yeah, they do.
and with the spring training, it'll be a good time for them to work out whatever kinks,
Yeah.
see how they work as a team. You
Because
know,
it's going to be a lot of rookies up this year. Most of the team will be rookies.
oh, and
Most of them.
oh wow,
I mean, and probably not right away. Like, because what they've been doing, they actually have been bringing in quite a few vets to replace the ones from last year that they traded. But I know Soul Source, but perhaps gone. He signed with the Yankees. Hey, Josh is gone too. So's Martin.
but well, at least he went back to the team that he started his
Yeah, I
career
know,
with.
but still had another year. They
I
could
know.
have still used him.
And Tulo.
And too low. If he had 2 years, they ate those. That's a huge chunk
Chunks to eat.
that they had to eat. He had 2 years left.
That was our shortstop.
Well, I know you call it baseball, probably know who he is.
Yeah.
I forget who he went to. Oh, Yankees, of course. Stop taking all of our people. See, this is why people have trouble with the Yankees.
Because all the good people from our team.
End up with you. Or Boston. Stop it.
You
Stop
know,
it now. Give them back. No, great. Okay, granted, a lot of them are in their mid-30s. And yes, they're getting older. Yes, their performance is starting to suffer for it.
yeah.
Some of them, kind of. But you're also going to be folks that you're going to be depending a lot on unproven
That's it.
players.
Excuse me, by
Now,
the
in the
way.
minors, yeah. Everybody's waiting for Vlad to come up. He's due to come up this year. Probably not till April, but he's due to come up.
Rowdy.
Rowdy should come up, but again, right now he's blocked by smoke on first. But they might platoon him. Bichette's supposed to come up. I think he's a shortstop. But now if we just signed a shortstop, who's a vet, he's good, mind you. But if you're worried about blocking people, you're kind of blocking them. You know, and
Oh my
we've got a
God.
lot of outfielders too.
I'm so sorry.
Well, we need some pitching.
Well, we had some good pitchers. I'm so sorry, guys. I worked last night and I had to do a turnaround shift and come in and work early this morning, so my brain's a little
Yes.
more than normal. Well, we had pitching. We had good pitching.
Yeah, Marco's gone.
Marcos
Estrada's gone.
Hat was phenomenal.
Hap was gone. Hab's gone.
You know,
That's, I think, where you're going to struggle. I mean, just a couple years ago, we had the best rotation in the league. And
Yep.
now,
questionable.
granted, Stroman and Sanchez are both very good pitchers. They had pretty rough couple of years, though. Now, if they can rebound, they can be pretty formidable.
But the problem
But
with
after them, who else is there? I mean, yes,
Biagini, ugh.
I don't know if they're going to make him a starter. I don't know if he has the endurance.
Or the patience. You gotta be able to
If
go.
they have the patience. But, Reed Foley's good. Will he be good long term? I don't know. He hasn't been up long enough. Rocky seems to be pretty good. And of course, that was his rookie year. He could have a breakout year.
Yeah.
He's still really young. But other than Stroman and Sanchez, we don't really have any proven hit. Although we do, we got Merriweather, I believe. He's a vet.
We can check that. But
But,
We-
I mean, we'll see.
we need the arm. We need arms in the rotation.
Yeah. Because you've got some pretty good players in the field. You need people
On the
on
hill.
the mound, too. And that's lately been their problem.
What?
Is a really good pitching staff.
What I'd love to see come back, and I thought it was a good mix-up into the arsenal with a sidewinder pitcher. You know,
Joe Smith.
like Joe Smith. He's a phenomenal pitcher.
Yeah, but he's not a star. He's a really pitcher.
But you know what? Even if you had like I'm not sure if there is a starter that is a sidewinder
I think
thrower.
so. If there's more than just him, I just can't think of any of them right now. There's a few.
Yeah. Oh my God. Vampire on a day pass.
The light here, it kind of reflects. You might see it every once in a while when the door opens up.
That's when it escapes its cloudy prison and goes, I'm free.
And then it just flashes in our eyes.
And then you get that.
I'm like, oh, my eyes, my eyes.
It hurts. It hurts. So, Hobbs and Shaw, the Fast and Furious spin-off.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Saw
I
it.
actually haven't seen all the movies yet either. He has.
I have.
I haven't seen all of them. It's funny, I went from like 1 to 2 and then watched 7 and 8, so I'm missing like the whole miss. I don't think you really have to watch them in serial, but you know,
Sometimes.
might help.
Yeah. From the trailer, it looks like it might be a good movie, but then you never know. Like some movies that have that real phenomenal trailer, and then
Yeah, all the good parts are in the trailer.
yeah,
Nothing's in the movie.
I like the franchise, but also I think there's got to come a time when you
It
go,
ends?
you know, okay, we're at Fast and Furious 8, we're working
This is
on
9.
9. Well, this
Well,
does.
this is
a spin-off. But there is rumors that there's a Fast and Furious 9 coming out.
Yeah.
Then,
What more can you do? They just keep getting more ridiculous.
oh,
They keep getting more
you
ridiculous.
have someone on your line.
Hello.
Hello. Do
What do you
want
think? Have you seen the Fast and Furious franchise? Yeah, again, they were there for a minute, but well, like I said, I haven't seen all of them, but
No.
I mean, they keep kind of getting more and more ridiculous.
Well, I'm sorry. Like,
You know? Like in the beginning, it was about street racing.
and then
And they were good, and they had like traditional cars.
Yeah.
But now they're like these supercars, which are cool to see. But they're like these supercars, you know, and that's like they're jumping out of airplanes. That was cool. But you know, like,
well, the
and
whole
granted, like action and stuff are pretty much like that. But
hey, where you from?
but
Well, what like you're supposed to suspend belief with an action film,
yeah, you think
and when they took the Lycan Hypersport and jumped from building
to building to
to building to building, it's like,
Yeah, you believe that? I mean, granted, that car can do a lot. I mean, it's not technically the fastest car, I don't think, in the world, almost. But, I mean, you'd lose momentum.
well, yeah, because going
You're going through steel and glass, for one. And then, like, gravity's going to make you plummet. You got
Well-
two people in the car. Yes, it's a light car, so that would help with the...
but you're striking beams and poles and
Twice, like, because you're going through the one.
Yeah.
You're going through the air, and then you're striking that, like, beam pole, like,
Yeah.
and then you have to go to the other side of that building, and then you're jumping at the next one.
What city are we from? We're from the city of Mississauga. Where are you from, my friend?
Mississauga's just outside of Toronto. You probably heard of Toronto more than Mississauga. And, like, Mississauga is the 6th largest city. We're in Canada. So,
And I have to say, I like the screen name.
what's the screen name? I don't have my glasses. So, what's the screen? What?
Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Dum Spiro? Is that correct? And was that Greek or was that Cyrillic writing?
I can't read it. But
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I'll give it a look. Like
I don't even know what it's about.
they're
I know
trying.
it's a spin-off.
I think the premise is they're made in Russia.
Hello. It must be pretty early in the morning there, or really late.
Well, thank you for stopping
Thank you
in.
for stopping by. Like here it is almost 5 p.m. our time. What time is it where you are? That's like me. I stay up late.
She's the
I'm
night
the night
owl.
owl. He goes to bed pretty early.
I'm the old man. I go to bed early.
That's all right.
So,
But I don't know. What's it called?
12:52
A.M.
a.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah. That's
So-
that's 7 hours ahead of us.
Wow.
12:52, right? Yeah, almost 8 hours ahead of us.
Wow.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
So an early good early Saturday morning to you.
Very cool. Here it's still evening. Sun hasn't even set yet.
No.
Starting to.
No.
When you can see it.
Who? Me or
What?
he says you have a cold? Which one of us? Her or me?
You have a cough.
I've got a bit of a cough, so it's just because of the weather and when it's
It's
winter,
pretty cold there.
I get that cough that moves in and just kind of
Yeah.
stays.
Well, it's been kind of damp and cold here, so you know
So what do you do?
it can run rampant.
What do you do in Russia? Yes, it is cold. What's the temperature like there for you?
Our temperature here is, I think right now it's about -4 Celsius here, and we have wind chill, so it's like I think the wind chill's by -12, so it's pretty cold.
Yeah.
Not as cold as it can get.
For us, that's pretty cold.
Yeah.
You know, in our province.
You know, like where we are, it doesn't get as cold as other parts of Canada.
Yeah.
Like out west right now, they have really, really cold temperatures. They're like -30, and that's just their temperature. I'm not sure what their wind chill is, but it's pretty cold out there right now. Right now, we're not too bad. We can get that cold, but it's not that frequently here.
If I remember correctly, you can tell me if this is true. It's I believe it's mandatory that you do military service
Russia?
in Russia.
Oh, I don't know. I know some countries it is.
I know in some countries, like Brazil, it's a mandatory 2 years service that you do.
Still?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know if it is anymore. I know when Slovenia and all them were Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Now you're going back a long time. There used to be mandatory military there. But I don't know if it is anymore.
Are you in school? Are you work? Do you work?
But what's up? You never finished telling me what the movie's about.
It's basically.
I haven't seen the trailer.
It sounds like they're trying to find this uber bad guy.
Nothing new there.
I'll be right back. I'll go get the bear. Bear?
What bear?
Or did you mean beer?
Oh, that's cool too.
I'd be a little concerned if you went and got the bear.
Hey, that'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
Like bears.
Basic premise is there's a new uber bad guy. He's genetically enhanced.
What? Genetically enhanced bad guy? Now we're going to Terminator territory.
According to the trailer, now this guy's gone rogue. They got to bring in two of the best trackers, Hobbs and Shaw.
Of course. Well, Hobbs was what?
U.S. Marshal, fugitive service.
Yeah. I was thinking, I don't know why. I was thinking he was, like I said, I've only saw him in one movie. I was thinking he was like FBI, but no.
He was,
Marshal?
yeah, U.S. Marshal, fugitive apprehension.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay. I didn't know that. Well, like I said, I think there was only one movie I saw with him in it. And
Yeah.
that was what, 7? No, 7 or 8. He was in 7?
he was in 7.
So I saw 7 and 8, so I guess 2 movies then.
Yeah.
When did they first come in?
6, I think.
6? I gotta catch up. Not that you have to, but, you know, it'd be nice. You know, I do like the tribute they did to Paul Walker, though.
That
in
was
7. That's sad.
that was
It was so neat, though, how they did
they
that
made it.
with the brothers.
Oh yeah.
Using his brother, and then they just
Superimposed his
superimposed
face.
his face. 'Cause they had similar kind of body types, so.
Well, like you look at Queen of the Dam.
Her brother, yeah, Leah's brother took over because she died during filming too.
And
he took over quite a bit because his voice even sounded like her, so
Yeah.
they actually used his voice too. It's really difficult to tell when
Well-
the brother takes over.
like the original Crow,
Yeah,
most of that is
CGI, not CGI.
a lot of it is stock footage
Yeah,
and computer generated.
yeah.
So,
Oh right, yeah, or
'Cause-
stuff that they cut out. Yeah,
because he died on set,
right. Yeah, I know.
shot in the chest,
Well, because they thought it was blanks, but even blanks can kill you.
Yeah,
You know, too close to the chest.
exactly.
But yeah, that was sad.
And he was on the cusp of you know,
If he would have, yeah, he would have had a really good career.
because he was a good-looking young man. He had the lineage, the son of Bruce Lee. You know,
And and it's hard, it's sad to say, but you know what? I think if he hadn't died, that movie wouldn't be as popular as it is.
well, because the whole urban myth.
Right? Yeah.
Well, he died, you
Yeah.
know, on set, you know, just like his dad had.
Which also freak accident.
You know, and it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, the tabloids had a field day with it. Oh, the Lee men were cursed and et cetera, et cetera.
It's kind of weird they both died in a weird and on set. You know, but I don't know. I think I wonder if it would be as it's a cult classic. I wonder if
Yeah.
it would be if that was the case now.
Oh, welcome back, friend.
You know, like I don't know if that would be the case if he hadn't have died the way he did.
True, true.
You know, but maybe I don't know. It could be, but like you were saying, how many sequels is too many? Like, so we're going into like 10 movies now.
You know, there has.
Pretty soon.
Okay, my friend. Neither one of us read Cyrillic. What do
You
you?
have to do it in English.
You have to
sorry.
do it in English. Sorry.
If you have trouble with it, go to Google Translate. It'll translate it for you.
Did you bring the bear or the beer?
Either one.
Either one. It's Friday night.
Here,
Here.
well, it's Saturday morning there.
It's Saturday morning.
Friday here.
I think after a while, it's like you need to know how far you want to take a story, and realize, okay, I taken it to that point. Stop.
Yeah, well, after a while, what can you do with it? Same with the Halloween movies.
And the Nightmare on Elm Street.
I haven't seen The Nightmare on Elm Street for a while. But, yeah, like, what more can you do with them, you
It's
know?
like, okay, you've killed him, you brought him back, you killed him, you brought him back, now you shot him into space, you killed him in space, brought him back. It's like, it's just like Chucky.
Well, Chucky's a doll, though. I mean, but the difference there, too, is what more can you do with them? You know, I mean, when you've got, how many Halloweens is there? It seems like there's 20, but is there? Like, I forget how many there is, but there's too many.
There's too many, but
Same with Jason, same with
But-
Nightmare on Elm Street,
this
Friday the 13th Jason.
this last Halloween, you actually got to see what
He looked like,
Michael looked like.
yeah.
Um,
But I mean, let's face it. After all the crap that's been done, and he's still alive.
he's made by Timex.
He's like got horseshoes sewed to him or something.
Come to Russia.
Maybe one day. Where in Russia are you from?
Are you in the capital? Are you in the outskirts of the country? Are you in Siberia?
Moscow, St. Petersburg.
You know.
I thought I'd like to see St. Petersburg
So if we come to Russia, can we stay with you?
or Moscow, Red Square. There's a lot of areas of Russia that look very
Yes.
beautiful. Ever thought of coming here to Canada or the States or anywhere like that?
It's getting warm in here.
Which is kind of ironic
Yeah.
considering we're kind of near the door of the coffee shop.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's a bit
We're-
cold.
The door
But-
keeps opening and
But
closing.
they've got the heat on pretty high, so it's pretty warm here. Kind of ironic, but I guess not. Warmer than it normally would be in here anyway. Sometimes it's downright cold. But
And whereabouts geographically is that located? Is that north? Is it on the coast? Is it in the center of the country?
It's a big country.
It's a big country.
Your country's bigger than ours.
Yeah.
And we're the second largest country, Canada, land mass wise.
Yeah.
Population wise, we're probably one of the smaller ones.
What's the industry in your city?
Is it a big city?
Is it a big city?
Or is it more like a town? Our city is pretty big. Like you might have heard of Toronto. We're like maybe 20 minutes out from Toronto here. So we're in Ontario, so we're kind of going toward the eastern part of the country where we are. So we're not actually that far from the border with New
No.
York. So, like, we have Lake Ontario. If you look at a map, there's Lake Ontario, like New York, and that's literally right across the water from us. We're not that far,
No.
really, from them. Not New York City, that's a bit, but New York State. Although we're really not that far from New York City either. To drive
Yeah.
it might be about 12 hours, same as Chicago. So really, that's kind of gives you an idea. If you know where those cities are, Chicago or New York, that's kind of near where we are.
There's where the war. Oh, it's one of the sites during World War II.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
I didn't. What was the name of the city? Could you read it? I don't know if you can pronounce it.
I can't pronounce it, but I did read it. That's
Was there any like nature battles that we might have heard of here? We know there were quite a bit that happened there that we've heard of, that we've learned in our school.
you know, and we learned about how Russia dealt with the German invasionary force. You know,
Very smart, actually.
just withdrawing further and further within your borders, and
Yeah, very smart.
they're not, they weren't acclimatized, and
Yeah.
they paid the price for it.
Yeah.
You know,
Very intelligent way to do it. Really.
but what do you do?
So have you ever been here to North America, Canada, States, South America, anywhere like that?
Or
Do you want to come visit over here? Anything about our country that you might have heard about? We can tell you if it's true or not.
do you travel? Is there restrictions on travel?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, I know
Not
there's
that I've heard of.
no,
But
but
we could be wrong, you know.
that's true.
So. But, yeah.
You have a little what? A little bad?
You have to see if you can keep it up. Is that what yours? You can keep yours up? So it can even better.
Oh, sorry. Forgive the hands. Uh-oh.
Oh, it went away again.
Pardon the fingers. Poor English. No, you know.
It's okay.
That's okay.
We don't speak, well, you do. You speak another language.
I speak Portuguese.
But, I mean, I speak a bit of French, but no, don't worry about,
Don't worry.
you know.
You're
You
doing.
can usually get it through, like we said, if you have trouble with, like, getting your point across, go to Google Translate, and then you can just translate that. We'll get the gist of what it is.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I'm not getting anyone on my feed. So, how about I shut down and I don't know.
You never know, you might get somebody.
You know, I worked with a gentleman that lived in Russia, so I
Oh,
learned
right, yeah.
I learned a few words, but not enough to actually be able to
like fluently talk.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but you know, don't worry. Like, if you try and explain it the best you can, like I
You can
live.
usually catch on of what you're trying to say.
The thing with learning language and trying to speak another language is it's practice, 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 practice. That's all you can do is just practice it. And by you coming on and talking with us,
That's pretty good.
That's
I mean,
good.
you speak another language better than I speak any other language, so you know.
do you speak any other language? Do you speak like Spanish or Portuguese? Any other language?
Many
There's so
in the
many.
world.
Because I know there are, you know, in some school systems, depending on where you live. I know in a lot of countries, like in Europe and Japan and that, and South America, English is taught.
Yeah.
Some countries, it's German is another option you can learn.
Yeah.
Here it's French.
You actually, like in high school here, you can learn other languages, like even like besides French, because we're officially English and French are official languages. You're not actually going to see that much outside of Quebec, which is like completely French-speaking province. Although you will get ones who speak English there. So if you ever want to visit there, you don't have to worry about that. There will be people who understand you, but you can choose Spanish here or Italian or a lot of different languages you can choose in high school too if you prefer. Like, it doesn't have to be French here.
Don't worry about your English.
It's okay.
I have, you know, everyone struggles when they're learning.
English is a tough language to learn. It is. Like, I've heard that from a lot of people where English wasn't their first language. A lot of people had trouble with it, learning it.
Here's a good tip if you want to learn English. Okay, and I did this because I taught English in South America.
Yeah.
What I did. Yes, I'm sorry. I wish I could converse with you in Russian, but I don't. I only
Yeah.
know a few words and not enough to put together like an actual conversation.
Yeah.
But what I did with the kids was got them to watch, or the adults got them to watch American children's TV.
That's actually a good way to do it. Yeah.
Because
it's simple. Yeah.
You know, A, apple, B, bear, you know, left, right, red, blue, you know.
Right. Yeah. It's simple language.
It's
so
simple language.
That's actually a good way to learn English is if you can watch any American shows, children's shows.
What Russian word do I know? Patsiva.
Is that it? You know more than that, though.
Хорошо. I know one more. I can't grasp it off the top of my head, but Patsiva. I believe it's here. Хорошо, I believe means okay. Давай.
What's that mean?
Let's go. Oh, thank you.
It helps when you work with somebody who is Russian.
Because my former boss, his wife didn't speak English very well, so I would hear him speaking Russian with her. And so you pick up the odd
Yeah.
thing here and there, and
You're good at picking up languages
Uh,
if you hear them.
yeah, if I hear it enough, I can kind of grasp.
It's easier to hear it than to read it, because then you hear how
Yeah.
you say it, how you pronounce it. Like, you picked up Portuguese pretty quick.
Well,
Well, you had to. You were for a year in Brazil.
I lived in Brazil for a year, so it was required that I learn. And when you have a kind of, am I Russian? No, no, no. Fourth generation Scottish, but Canadian born and raised.
Yeah.
But I've worked with a lot of people. Like I've worked with some people from Russia, some people from Albania,
All over the world, yeah.
Bosnia, Herzegovina, Serbia, Polish.
And some of those countries speak Russian, I know. Like,
Yeah.
I had a friend who's Savannah, she knew some Russian. Just because the proximity of the country to our country. So some of their language picked up on Russian.
Your grandfather was Russian?
Very cool.
What nationality are you? Are you
Were you
Polish,
born in Russia?
Ukrainian? Because my old boss, he was Ukrainian born but Russian raised.
Yeah.
So that's why he spoke more Russian than
Makes sense. 'Cause
Ukrainian.
Yeah, you're not necessarily going to learn whatever language you grew
Of
up
course,
in.
of course.
Although you might have known Polish too because of his parents. He was born in Poland, you said?
No,
Moved
he
to
was
Russia?
Ukrainian.
Oh, Ukrainian, sorry. Yeah.
Ukrainian born, Russian raised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned the word in
My
Polish.
friend was Ukrainian. First was Ukrainian. A friend of mine was Ukrainian too, but born here. His grandparents were Ukrainian.
I learned a word in Polish too.
What was that?
Kurwa.
What's that?
I can't say it or else we're gonna get
Oh,
dinged.
no.
It rhymes with ditch.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
We have
We
to.
can't say words like that on
We can't.
YouTube.
Yeah, we can't say things like that on YouTube. But
okay. I don't know.
but what's funny is that even in English or another language, you usually will pick up the bad words first
Usually, yeah, 'cause it's said probably the most frequently.
because you'll hear, da 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 da, people cursing and whatnot, and then it's like your brain will remember that it's nasty words, but you'll remember it.
It's the same thing with English. A lot of people who first learn English, that's the words they learn first.
Is the bad
is
word.
The bad words. Well, because if you watch movies, you hear it
Profanity.
a lot. So that, of course, the ones you hear the most, that's what's going to stick with you. The ones you hear the most. So, makes sense. You know.
Oh, and I know. Oh, wait. I knew there was another Russian word. Do svidaniya.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one too.
I hope my pronunciation of Russian was correct, but
Or somewhat close to it.
or somewhat close. But
Yeah, I've heard of that.
What else shall we talk about? We've talked about movies. We talked about the terrible weather we've been having.
Oh. Hey, see, the snow squall's gone away. And that's, well, sun's not out setting, but
The sun is setting here in Canada,
it's actually kind of cleared up a little bit.
and the sky is kind of blue.
Bluish,
Ish.
with a little bit of yellow because the sun going down
Yeah,
here.
as it's almost 5:30 in the evening.
Here.
It was nice to talk to you.
We always like talking to people from all around the world. We can learn things.
Listen, my Russian friend, subscribe, and whenever we come on
We come
again,
online every Friday.
every
live,
Friday we're live.
And we upload 3 times a week. Both of us do.
Yeah. But watch out for us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Friday we're on live.
Mm-hmm.
Come hang out with us. You're listening to us. You'll Your
Learn
English.
English.
Your English will improve.
If you wanted to.
So, davai, davai. Okay, let's go down the list of what we talked about.
Weather,
Weather,
bit of politics,
bit of politics, movies.
movies.
The fact that
Well, a couple movies
the
anyway.
fact that sequels go on forever.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Like, how many sequels do you need?
excuse me.
You know.
And
Oh, we talk about Walter Rim.
the fact that our favorite coffee place contest is on.
Which I've yet to win anything.
What else? Our work week so far.
Well, it's weekend time now.
Well,
Kieran.
you know, I think this is work too, because this is a job to put out there to,
Yeah.
to all the.
But this is the fun part of our work,
This is the fun part of the work.
is being able to come and chat with everybody.
Like you, my friend.
That's the fun part of work.
Oh,
Not with our other normal time of work. Although I don't mind what I normally do.
me either, but
So,
okay. Oh,
ah,
she didn't win. She didn't win.
haven't won yet. Just won twice already. Haven't won yet. Hopefully soon.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Ow, I did not hit him hard. I did not hit you hard.
No, that's true. I'm just playing. Oh,
What's up with yours? What's it doing? He has a live stream going too. How weird.
I've been kicked loose.
How weird.
Uh-oh.
Rocked you. Wonder what?
Don't know.
Haven't had that happen before.
Uh-oh. Our friend is gone too.
No. Well, he said it was nice talking to us.
Very odd.
That is odd.
It's saying I'm not connected to the internet, but
Oh, I hate that when it just drops you.
so if there's anyone that was watching my live stream, then I'm sorry.
You know how the internet can be, just drops you out of the blue.
That gets a gah.
Oh, good.
No.
Here they are.
Not good.
No.
Not good at all.
No.
Darn it all.
No. Not good at all.
Wow, according to YouTube, I'm offline.
Try reloading the app. Sometimes you have to do that. I've had that, you know. I don't know. I've had the same issue with the app.
And I'm connected to Wi-Fi. YouTube's just being...
Lately, YouTube has been having some issues, I've heard. I know some other live streamers have been having some issues staying connected.
Let's go to the back doorway here. Even the
Apple.
even the YouTube Studio won't load.
It's possible the YouTube might be having some issues.
But you're still connected,
Yeah,
though.
no, but I mean, I have no, like, even with some of the live streams that I
Yeah.
watch, they've been having some issues. Some of their streams are not staying connected, and they can't get them up, but they're buffering a lot.
Yeah. Darn it all.
I'll have to give it a try later and see. That's weird. But I do know lately it has been having issues, so
Well, let me see if anything I can go do anything else.
should be able to.
Oh, well.
I told you, it's a YouTube issue. I know.
And
It's been going on for a few days, I know.
see, the thing that ticks me off now, my live streams. Dead. Everything we talked about.
It didn't save it. Well, it'll be on me on here. You want a link to it?
This is craziness. Let's try this.
Try it again.
Work!
Try rebooting your phone, see if that works. Maybe.
Fingers crossed.
You know, someone
Why?
put on like Telegram, why are you freaking shit? I'm like, no, but
Maybe. Sometimes it's worked for me. It might work.
you're not
Sometimes rebooting works. Occasionally. One thing about these phones, they take forever. Actually, not as long as the old phone did.
Oh,
It's
no.
faster than the old phone.
For sure. Oh, that was nice that you got someone on your
Yes.
live stream from Russia.
It was very
You know.
nice. Always good to have people come and chat with us.
Always nice to get a new friend.
And hopefully they want to subscribe or come back maybe next week
Yeah, for
and we'll chat some more.
I don't have any like Jenna from like a
It's always good having people come and chat.
yes, it is. Well, guys, it's rebooted. Now I gotta reconnect to the net.
Damon knows I would Damon
You know how technology is. Sometimes it's a big pain.
Damon had a girlfriend? Bro, even Damon had a girlfriend.
Oh, okay, now it's kind of working. See, sometimes rebooting does it.
Okay. That's
It's still there.
I'm still alive.
Trump said he's still alive. How weird. I do not know how that's possible, considering
It kicked me off.
it's really weird.
Live chat. Oh,
Now it's just spinning around and it's buffering.
lovely.
That's really strange.
Okay, hold on. Let's go here.
There you go. Just putting coffee in the chat.
What did you need? I don't know. I got a way too big bag. There's pants and like some other shit in here, but I got a too big bag, so it was really weird. The bag is too big.
episode 6A.
Sure. Why not? 6A, 6B, whatever works. It's funny how it didn't, like, you couldn't hit the original one, Nice.
Nice nose shot. God. Lovely.
What's all that?
Those are all pictures from when we were out doing our walkabout.
We'll do more of those too.
Okay. Coffee and a Chat, episode 6A,
Part 2.
part 2.
Maybe this time it'll actually last. And I kick you off. There we go. Welcome back!
I'm back! The sound you hear is
The Mockingjay.
the Mockingjay, and my first live stream, it
disconnected.
was alive till it went dead.
And so you have to reconnect it.
So welcome to Coffee and a Chat, episode 6.
Part 2. That was funny. But like I said, YouTube's been having a lot of issues lately, so if you see any buffering or anything like that, we might not see it on our end.
Yeah,
But
so-
it has been having issues. I've watched a few other live streams and they've been buffering like something fierce. You know, or they can't keep on, if they can't stay online,
Yeah.
it'll just kind of
Round and round.
disappear. Or they'll just take it right offline. But it seems to be an ongoing issue with YouTube
Yeah.
lately. It's
So
kinda
I
weird.
want to check after we're done, like the first
See
episode,
if it's there.
if it's there, you know.
Because live streams will process after they're done. It's like if and you might have missed it, you came in part way through. If you want to see from the beginning, it'll process it, and then you can go back and watch from the beginning too.
So
but-
my apologies to anyone who
might have been there,
might
but
have been there. Not my fault.
it's YouTube.
It's YouTube.
It's true. YouTube's been really weird
Glitchy.
lately. Glitchy lately, yeah.
You know.
Not very good. I don't know why.
Wow. So I've been on again 2 minutes,
Welcome back.
and you've been on for an hour and almost 15 minutes.
Whoa. We usually do
I
about
would've-
an hour or so live streams or so.
I would have been the same.
Would have been the same.
time.
Well, we'll check later, see if it's still there. Might be.
Also, guys, check Saturday is our random upload video.
Saturdays, it could be anything. It could be for me. Well, you're starting even too. Anybody now who's seen my train videos and that, it's typically that. If we can catch them, we're lucky enough to. Although we have actually waited for them.
It's
Because
true.
we're not that far from a GO station.
It's
so if you
very,
saw,
very true.
If you saw one of the videos, it's at the GO station. But it's been cold, so and we haven't been waiting for them. So a lot of times we're able to just come across them. But but sometimes it'll be that. Sometimes it might show
What?
some stuff at stores that we go to around
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Because
So,
we've seen some really interesting products for our review on Wednesdays that we do.
what are we doing this Wednesday anyway?
Well, I don't know if we've actually 100% said what we're gonna do. Like, there's this couple of products. There's like this chocolate bar that we get here called Coffee Crisp.
Oh
And
yeah,
what was it made? It's
it's a coffee crisp stick
yeah,
with salted caramel.
which is different. Like, it's not like typical coffee crisp here. So we were interested in trying that. And then there's
Kit Kat.
There's a Kit Kat. What's a Kit Kat?
With espresso and ganache.
Yeah, so I think that's what we were going to do.
Yeah.
Was the Kit Kat. So it'll be one of the two. It'll probably be a chocolate bar this week, or next week, I guess, on Wednesday.
And
We've actually seen, maybe we'll show them that when we go to the store tomorrow or something. There's a couple of Oreos that we haven't seen before.
they've got a new one. It's called The Most Stuff.
That one, yeah. But there's also in different flavors.
Yeah.
I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. It's just too many of them. But we might show you that too. One of them we might have to review, or two, I think. But you'll have to let us know if you've tried any of the things that we've shown.
Or if you
And what
want
you
us,
think.
or if you want us to review anything. If
That
we
we-
can get it here in Canada,
Yeah. Because we know there are some things we get here you can't get other places. Just like you can't get everything you guys can get. But
like we can get ketchup chips,
we can get ketchup chips, yes.
you guys can't.
Yeah, that's pretty much a Canadian thing. And all dressed. That's a Canadian thing. Coffee Crisp is a Canadian thing. I believe caramel is. I don't think we can get, I think it's called something else, but it's a little different. Or caramel to what you guys can get in the States. What else can we get that you guys? Our Coke is different. Our
Yes.
Pepsi is different than yours.
This
Because
is
when I've been to the States, you definitely can taste the difference between the two. Between our Coke and Pepsi and your Coke and Pepsi. It's different.
that's true. That's very true.
I think our Coke might be a little sweeter, or our Pepsi's a little sweeter. It does taste different though. Ours. But yeah, if there's anything you want us to review that we can get here,
Yeah.
let us know.
If we can do it, or like we even talked about doing a restaurant review
Yeah, we have a few around here.
that we thought we'd go and revisit. We haven't been to it in a while. We talked about going to a poutineerie.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. You might have that in the States. What's it called?
Do you have a restaurant called Smokes Poutineerie?
Smoked Poutine. I'm pretty sure it's chain, but we only have one here where we are. But I'm sure it's been elsewhere.
So
But, yes, poutine is a Canadian thing. I know it's pretty. A lot of places we've heard us find it really funny. Like we've met a few American people who've been here, and because a lot of places don't have that there. And
beaver tails.
beaver tail's Canadian. That's really good. You ever try that? You should try that.
It's fried dough with cinnamon sugar,
Cinnamon sugar, or you can put like a lot of different toppings on it.
whatever you want on it. You can probably more than likely get it.
Like you put chocolate, you can put ice cream, you can put bananas, strawberries, a lot of different things you can put on it.
Excuse me, folks. Funnel cake.
Funnel cake. I don't know if that's just completely Canadian though.
Okay, do you guys have funnel cake?
You might. I think I've heard of other places have funnel
Yeah.
cake, but let us know if you have funnel cake where you are.
The one thing I know it's kind of twisted, and I'm kind of interested to try is deep fried ice cream.
Oh yes, yeah. I've tried deep fried ice cream. What am I talking about? I've tried deep fried ice cream.
Where have you tried deep fried ice cream?
We're talking a long time ago. It was at a restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was, I think I was a kid
Really?
when I tried it. It's been a while. And well, what I had it wasn't that sweet. I didn't find it's a hard crust, and they put like a topping, like I don't know if it's
bread-
panko or breadcrumbs or something over top to protect it, and then you go in, and the ice cream wasn't that sweet.
No.
So, but it was pretty good. But yeah, it was a long time ago. The only time I've ever had fried ice cream.
Okay. Excuse me, I'm so
But we have a fair here every summer, which we'll have to show you when we go there. It's in August. but they have the weirdest food. Like you can get deep fried butter. There's deep fried Snickers. What
Mars
they have?
bar.
Mars bar. What they have this year? They had like a gold burger.
It was covered in like
Gold
gold
leaf.
leaf,
Edible gold leaf.
and it was
Oh, it was
expensive.
expensive. It was a big burger, but it was all and the gold leaf ice cream too. That was expensive.
You know, it's almost like you
Wasn't
know,
that big either. It was made like the ice cream was like maybe that big. It's like if you ever had a Fudgio or a Revlo,
like that,
it was like that, but smaller with gold leaf on it.
and you paid about $25.
Yeah, about that. For that.
Or burgers that went from normal hand size, right? Let's put normal size of a.
Yeah.
Like they went from like that to that to that to that to in a box.
Well, there are bigger burgers that we have here.
But it's like at this fair that we're talking
But they're
about.
like, we're talking weird food.
It's
you
like
know?
okay, there are certain things that could be paired together and would work.
But apparently the deep fried butter is pretty popular. They say it actually tastes pretty good. We haven't tried it, but it's supposed to taste pretty good.
Sorry, that's the one thing I'd probably forego. I have a very sensitive stomach.
Well, butter's different from margarine.
But you know
So,
what?
Butter
I
usually
think
is not as awful on your stomach as margarine is. Margarine's oil based. Butter is cream based.
I think it's just the whole, how your mind kind of plays on you and go, I'm just eating a butter ball.
That's
Deep,
fried.
yeah, a deep fried ball of butter.
Well, I don't mind butter flavor, but to eat a whole ball of butter that's fried, I don't know about that.
Unless
I
I'm
might
like,
try if you guys want us to split, but
if you want me to, I'll have to do it like this, because
or know to taste it. Although I don't mind the taste of butter, but I don't know. It's just the whole thought of eating like it'd be like taking a stick and chewing on it. You know, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It just boggles my head that someone thought this would be a good idea. And you almost think, well, how would you come up with the idea of deep fried Snickers or deep fried Mars bar? Were you drunk? And I thought,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they would come up with that idea.
like, dude, this is a good idea. Let's try it. You know?
I don't know. But we'll have to take it there. It's a neat fair. You probably heard of Campus Wonderland. Some of you would have. Any roller coaster enthusiasts have probably heard of Campus Wonderland. We're getting a new roller coaster this year.
I've seen pictures of the track.
Yeah, there's video. Check it out on YouTube. Some of them are they're doing like drone footage. I can't remember the name of the person doing it, but it looks pretty. It's going to be record breaker. It's a dive coaster.
And
We're about 40 minutes away from where Canada's Wonderland is.
and I'm sorry, you
Might go
know,
there one of these days. Been a long time.
this one loves extreme roller coasters, and she'll be watching it on YouTube. Look, and she'll be pointing out it, and it'll be this one that goes like 89 degrees
I mean,
straight up, and then it hits that top point where you're just kind of teetering, and you can kind of look over and go, oh darn, I'm committed to this now, and
yeah.
and then she'll change to another video, and then it'll be even worse, and she'll go, look, look at the loops, and I'm like,
Not a roller coaster fan.
I don't mind roller coasters, but when you're defying the law of gravity,
Put you on the ghost coaster. How about that? I think it's still called that.
you know, I can deal with that.
That's kind of a normal size roller. It's in the kids section, but it's actually pretty big for a kid's roller coaster, I must say. It's more like a normal size roller coaster. Like
It's a normal roller coaster for normal people.
it's not as big as the big ones, but it's big for a kid. I think.
But some of these are just, like,
It's funny when we used to go. That's the one we'd start out with, and then work our way up. And now we got what's it called? Yukon Striker. Don't like the name. I don't know. I just don't like the name.
you know what, I don't mind roller coasters, but it's like, to just know that, you're defying the law of gravity. You're going like this, and then next thing you know, you are 90 degrees to the track,
Yeah, I don't think it's got that kind of a drop on it. Not like I can't remember the name. Some of you might know it. It's in Japan at Fuji-Q. The one that goes straight up. It's got the 120-degree drop. That one. I can't think of the name of it.
That's a WTF coaster.
Yeah. Oh, I've shown him that when he lost his mind. It's funny. You gotta look it up. If you don't know what coaster I'm talking about, look it up. I wish I could remember the name of it.
Don't get me wrong. I like amusement parks. I like, but I have a healthy respect and a healthy, fear of certain things, and it's like the adrenaline junkie that I'm partnered with here when it comes to roller coasters and storm chasing.
I'll do that one of these days too. Yeah. He's always saying, "No, I'm not going. I'm not going." I said to him, one of these springs, we don't get the kind of tornadoes they do in the States, so you can, mostly out in the prairies, but you can get them here too. We're part of the Tornado Alley here. But I said to him, I'm going to drag you down to like Oklahoma or one of those when the springs go tornado chasing. Or storm chasing. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Look, I respect what they're trying to do and what they're
Well, some of them are trying to do.
what some of them are trying to do and are trying to accomplish. But I'm sorry.
Let's put it this way. It's not because of Twister. Like, I know a lot of storm chasers start liking it because of the movie Twister. I like tornadoes and stuff before the movie Twister came out. So I'm dating myself here in age. But, you watch any of our previous videos, we're not that young. Yeah, I liked it before then. But I had a friend who started liking tornadoes and extreme weather after she saw Twister. I liked it previous. There was not even any movies about that kind of stuff then.
She likes natural
All
disasters.
natural disasters. I mean, the things that cause it, like earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis, hurricanes, tornadoes. It's really about that kind of stuff because it's fascinating what causes them and the destruction that they can do. Not that the death tolls or anything like that, but tornadoes are kind of weird looking, but they're like out in the field, they're that kind of thing, not where it's hurting people. That's when you want to see them. When they're near, far away from.
She wants to see
towns.
Mother Nature's raw glory.
Well, yeah, but
As long as it
not
doesn't-
going to a town. Like
It doesn't destroy a town or a trailer park.
that's not what you want to see. You don't want to see that. But it's just amazing. Like even like the hurricanes from like even a year ago, they're powerful storms. But you don't want to see them come on land and wipe out towns or whatever. You want to see them stay out in the ocean so you can see how neat they are or that kind of thing. But you don't necessarily want them to come on shore. But it's not much you can do about it.
Well, Four Towers Films, my friend,
I'm sensing he wants to go.
No, I'm just saying it's starting to get dark and
Oh, okay.
it's
You
getting.
turn into a bat when it gets dark.
I might. You
Alright,
never know.
Fine. Just when we're having fun.
Oh, we are. I know how you don't.
Fogey.
She was born before me.
Yeah, a month.
Not even.
A month. A day short of a month. That's it. 1 day short of a month. So it's a month.
Nope.
Yeah, right so.
No, sorry.
His date's on the 18th and mine's the 19th. Hey. Month.
Sorry.
Respect your elders.
Oh, she pulled the old fogey card on me. Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, Mama.
So,
Now she's treating me like a chihuahua.
Hey, Mr. Doug. How are you, buddy?
Hey, how are you, man?
You guys want a coffee or anything?
No, we're good, thanks.
Sure?
Yeah.
You sure? You want anything?
oh, thank you, though.
How you been, though?
Good, you?
Good,
Yeah,
good.
Reina's in the car. She wants to wave at you.
Oh, one of my one of the parents of my kids from where I work.
Very cool. That's
So
cool. That's,
it's nice, you know, because that's the kids at my location. That's how they refer to me as Mr.
Doug.
Mr. Doug. So, so it's nice, and you know, it's you know, I always get a nice greeting from them when I come in. I always try and
it's really nice school.
yeah, it's a lovely school, and like parents are great, you know, like
It helps when you got good parents, you got a good staff.
exactly.
You know.
And I love what I do.
It helps when you love what you do. That's pretty cool. It is.
Exactly. So
Thanks, you guys.
yeah,
Take
see you. Have a
care.
good weekend, eh?
Bye-bye.
Well, the gentleman that came on the feed, his daughter was out in the car and she's trying to wave hello to me, so that's why her dad stopped. And
That's pretty neat.
It is neat.
I like that.
you know, kind of it's a nice way to end a Friday, you know, kind of
It
thing.
is.
And
Yeah, it is. Yes. And
and-
talking with you guys.
and talking with you guys, you know,
Makes our day.
it's nice, and I've said this to you before, it's nice to see the kind of impact you're having, you know, in your location, and like, you know, he stopped, and
It is nice, yeah.
it shows that they like you enough to stop and say, hey, how you doing, da 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 da,
Yeah.
you know, and that the kids, you know, she's out in the car, out in the parking lot, outside, and she's trying to wave at me through tinted windows,
And she could see him.
and she could see me.
That's
So
pretty neat.
that's why, you know, she mentioned to her dad when he come in. So, and it was nice. He offered to get us
A
coffee.
coffee. Well, you guys saw that.
You saw that. So that's a nice way for me to end my week. You know,
Yeah. And nice start to the weekend.
weekend.
Yeah.
We give this weekend
Yep.
the enthusiastic thumbs up. We're gonna get our roll on.
That's the way you do it, by the way, for you Canadians. We see a lot of them that are good. Yeah,
Or
like
doing
that, or doing this,
you know,
like that. Easy way.
squish.
I think we're gonna do a video about this now that it's back on again. Maybe do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Hold it like this, squish it,
and roll it.
and it would help if I didn't have that do it. Like so, and just push up. Easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hey,
We'll show you again. Huh?
your likes, like your thumbs up and your people counter has gone off
I
your.
know. I don't know what happened to it. It's been gone for a little while now. I don't know what happened. It went away. It's very strange. See what I mean about the glitch? So I don't. If anybody's there, I don't know you're there. Sorry. If you are, hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
Mine's still up,
Yeah, yours is still there.
and just like my previous live feed and this one,
Maybe they'll watch it later.
maybe.
We need you guys to come and chat with us.
I'm beginning to develop a complex.
Well, we had somebody last week, but they didn't stay very long.
They kind of, it's kind of like that neighbor that drops in and then rushes
But at
off.
least we had somebody. That's
Yeah.
always. So maybe more of them were on. Eventually, we'll get more people.
Exactly.
Maybe some of you watching my train videos or his train videos or any of the other videos, join us on a Friday.
Yeah,
Come chat.
man. Stop in. Say
Come
hello. Have a coffee.
Have a coffee chat, ask questions, contribute, whatever. We don't bite.
Yeah, your live stream is going to take forever to process.
Yeah, well. That's okay.
Oh. So I've been sitting a while, so the knees are starting to get a little stiff.
Yes. Oh, by the way, we don't own the music. We don't have control over what's playing or anything right at coffee shop. So sorry.
Sorry.
We don't own the copyrights to it and we make no money off it.
It's just our favorite
Copyright
coffee.
disclaimer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty quiet. I don't know if you guys can hear it. The mic's pretty good, so it might pick it up.
Yeah.
So,
We had to do our show here because in my
what's better setting anyway?
and in the previous one I did that I don't know survived or not. I said I changed my shift changed, so I went from nights to mornings. So normally, like we do the show in the morning because I'm home in the morning, but we had to do it this afternoon.
Yes. That's okay. Then you can actually see us have a coffee and a chat.
We've had a few.
Yeah. French vanilla cappuccino. Very
I've
good.
had tea. I've had coffee and coffee. More coffee.
And more coffee. Not that many.
No.
He's exaggerating a little bit. Okay, I guess we'll have to get him home now.
Yeah, she'll have to take the old dad home.
But we'll be back this weekend. If not this weekend, we upload 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, and again Friday live stream and or random videos.
Yeah, Monday is my Punisher recap.
Monday for me is Writer's Life.
Wednesday's my opinion show / review show.
Same with me. Review show, opinion show on Wednesday.
And Friday is this extravaganza, which we call our live stream Friday,
And
or
Coffee
Coffee
and
and
a
Chat. So, Four Towers Film, as always.
Doug218. If you're on my want to check him out, it's called Doug218. DUG218.
And if you're on mine, Four Towers Films.
4 Towers is one word. 4 Towers Films is separate.
give her a check out. You
Or
like
just
what
check out his thing that I'm there in the comments section.
she's commenting.
Yeah.
If you like what
Don't
you
forget, like it,
subscribe to it.
subscribe,
Hit
comment,
hit that bell.
hit the bell, which is probably up here.
For me, it's here.
Well, if you're on mobile, it'll be down here somewhere. But, you know.
Hit the bell.
And
So
if you're on TV, you'll have to go onto a device that has it. So,
aren't you just the informative thing?
we've watched stuff on our TV too. You can't see the likes or where to subscribe. You have to do it on the phone or the
Exactly.
computer. So that's why I'm saying that.
All right, guys.
I got you covered.
We got all 3 bases covered.
Thank you again for joining us.
Thanks again, guys. Have a lovely and fun-filled weekend.
And we will see you again soon. Bye.
Oh.